Hey Narwhals, and welcome back to some more weight loss stories. Only a small percentage of our viewers actually subscribe. It's free and you can always change your mind later, so please tap subscribe to join the original 100k Narwhals. Today I learned that the higher your BMI, your brain experiences less reward, dopamine, from eating. The highest BMIs got the smallest satisfaction from eating. And dopamine is a communications channel for the reward center of the brain. When we're counting calories, we're controlling our eating by the numbers, but when we're winging it based on how we feel, we're controlling our eating from our other cues, such as satisfaction. This 2001 study showed that the obese people tested, BMI greater than 40, had decreased dopamine receptors compared to the non-obese people in the study. The study authors thought that the smaller number of dopamine receptors in obese people may occur due to chronic overstimulation from feeding. Also, if someone is prone to addictive behaviors or substances, the same reduction on receptors is seen. This creates cycles requiring ever-growing amounts of food for the same satisfaction level. As more food is consumed for satisfaction, that overfeeding results in fewer receptors, so that even more food is needed for satisfaction, and so on. I'll include the study in the description below. Now that's a neat find. It sounds weird and it'd be hard to prove, but I swear I find eating so much more enjoyable now that I've lost weight. Obviously, when I was 300 pounds, I loved to eat, but that's all I lived to do, honestly. It became a brainless activity to pass time. Now, since my eating habits are more normal and in check, when I get to eat, I tend to savor the experience more. Interesting. I wonder how much this ties in with emotional eating. When I was a kid, I was always big, but I can distinctly remember feeling good during and after eating all my favorite foods. In my adult years, I've noticed when I eat those foods and in abundance, I feel good while eating them, but the feeling starts basically as soon as I'm done eating, or within about 10 minutes, which may or may not contribute to my past cycles of nearly endless eating. I'd like to see a study where they perform these tests on a group of obese people and then have them spend 6 months eating healthy foods at a caloric deficit and test again. What changes once you binge? I'm having a fairly discouraging day. A few things happened which are totally beyond my control. I have 47 days straight of no binging and staying under my calories for the day, but right about now I feel like putting on a bra and driving to the store and picking up ice cream, Oreos, Cheetos, and potato chips. So I reached out to my support group and one of them told me this story. She said that when she was quitting smoking, she had a really bad day and told her quit smoking support group that she was going to have a cigarette. And that person told her this: go ahead and smoke that cigarette. After you do, your mother will still be senile, and you will still be living by yourself and trying to sell your house. Your brother will be an alcoholic, and you will be a smoker, and that will be so much better, right? So I'm not going to the grocery. I'm going to stay under my calories today and keep moving forward. I can't change the stresses around me that are beyond my control. I can only change my response to them. And my response has to change, because if nothing changes, then nothing changes. I have never heard this before, but wow, very true words. Thank you for posting this. My favorite was feel good now, feel bad later, in terms of binging now and feeling the guilt later. Feel bad now, feel good later, in terms of wanting to binge real bad, but denying yourself and later thinking, wow, I'm glad I didn't binge, I don't need it. I always remind myself of this when I get pesky cravings and want to go way over my calories. I tell myself future Kat will be very upset and that I shouldn't do anything to get in her way or make an obstacle for her. I love this, mainly because I love very straightforward, no-nonsense discussions around weight loss and the nuts and bolts of things. Binging doesn't actually fix anything. It doesn't solve your relationships, your issues at work, your stress. If anything, it can add to this. What does make you feel better is staying in control of what you can control. Is stick to your calorie budget, stick to your goals, and stay the course. I also say all the time, finding strategies and techniques to deal with all the other crap in your life is pretty analogous to finding strategies and techniques to aid in weight loss. It's all about managing emotions, triggers, finding healthy forms of comfort, building confidence, etc. 27 female with 105 pounds to lose. I've got this. I've been lurking Reddit for years, but I'm finally ready to post something because I think this community might help me to be accountable to myself. I, 27 female, weigh 250 pounds. I'm only 5'1". I have spent almost all my life struggling with my weight. I've always been pretty chubby, but I've had some success with weight loss in the past. The summer before my senior year of high school, I hit 171 pounds and had a meltdown because that was the exact weight class that my boyfriend, now husband, wrestled. I lost about 40 pounds over the next 9 months and weighed 130 by senior prom. I did this largely through extreme restriction of my diet, which was possible because of my unique schedule. I took classes at a local college for the second half of my school day, so if I ate lunch, it was alone, and then I headed straight to the campus rec center. And by the time I was about 21, I weighed about 165 again. Because of his job, I didn't get to see my husband for 7 months. I lost about 30 pounds in that time. I did this mostly by going to the gym for several hours a day and being extremely unmotivated to cook real food for only myself, so I ate a lot of cereal and lean cuisines. Neither of these were sustainable forms of weight loss because they relied on my own isolation and were fueled through my self-loathing. But here I am, years later, longing to be only as fat as I was before. I know there has to be a way to operate my weight loss from a place of self-love instead of self-hatred. I want to love life. I have a great group of friends, and I want to unabashedly cherish my time with them. I want to eat good food among friends and smile wide and run around with their children without worrying about how I look or whether I'm in view of a camera. I want to travel and explore the world without worrying that I won't fit into a plane seat or wondering if Santorini is such a great idea because there are so many stairs. I want to be healthy so that I can be around for a long time to enjoy the life I've worked so hard to build. I know absolutely everything that I need to do in order to lose weight. I literally own all the gym equipment that I need. My husband is immensely supportive of me and my desire to get healthy. We have enough money to purchase healthy foods and the skills to prepare them. I've been in therapy for 2 years and have access to any professional help I might need to overcome any emotional aspects of my weight. So this is me stopping whatever BS excuses I've been feeding myself for why I can't do it. It's not my crappy metabolism or my hormones or my past trauma or my busy schedule or my grief. It's only ever been me, and I've got this. I weigh 250 pounds. My goal weight is 145. That's 105 pounds to lose. I'm dividing that up into smaller goals of 20 so that I don't feel so overwhelmed. And then I'll just have 5 left over at the end. I'll update you all at 2:30. Update: 371 days ago, I weighed 250 pounds. Today, I'm under 210. It took me 216 days to lose my first 20 pounds. It took me 155 days to lose the second 20, but I did it. This morning, I weighed in at 209.4. I haven't been under 210 in at least 3 years, and it feels good. In my last post, I said a lot about my new job opportunity and my gym schedule and my upcoming work trip, and well, understandably, all that went to crap as the world closed down. I didn't end up starting that job until a few weeks ago, and even now, it's not in the format I had hoped for. The gym closed due to COVID, my anxiety has been through the roof due to just absolutely everything. But I still did it. I know it's not rapid weight loss, but I'm making long-lasting habit changes to my food intake and my activity levels. And I believe that because of that, I will be able to maintain my weight loss more effectively than I did whatever extreme diet or exercise regimen that other people may recommend. I've been there and done that, and I always gain back more weight when I'm done. Here's the household changes we've made to facilitate this change. We find longer routes to walk our dogs. We find new ways to cook vegetables and to make them healthy and delicious. We try vegetarian meals at least once a week. We, my husband and I, figure out what eating patterns work best for us and accommodate that. For me, that's about 3 meals a day, one around 11, a lunch at about 4, and dinner around 8. For my husband, that looks like eating something small every couple of hours. We eat together at 4 and 8, and on our own the rest of the time. We no longer keep ice cream in the house because I'm weak and won't eat all of it. I make sure that at least one of my 3 meals is low carb, because I typically don't eat a lot of sweets, but I love carbs and know I need to cut it back a bit. And I drink tea instead of coffee at least 4 days a week, which reduces the amount of cream and sugar I use. I usually just drink my tea plain or with a bit of honey. And this is what's working for me. I'm just being much more active and making better choices about what I eat and how much of it. I don't count calories because it makes me crazy, and it's not a way that I'm willing to live for the rest of my life. And that's it. I know I've been updating every 20 pounds, but I'm going to update when I hit Wonderland for the first time in 5 years. See you soon. And that brings us to the end, Narwhals. And please tap subscribe to join the original 100K Narwhals. And lastly, here's our featured Narwhal of the Day. 1 year, 7 months of work, 15 kilos down.